Good morning, good morning, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Gotta do a quick recording to go through the market and see where we at. I am tuning from Japan, so I can't really do a live. The internet has been pretty crappy here, so I thought I would just do a quick recording. And you guys are posting your request in Discord, so I'll go through a few of your charts requests in a second. But let's start off with the usual, which is where our dollar is. So DXY dollar, we talked about this level now for months and months and months, so we can see it's finally traded into the monthly candle that we've been highlighting for so long now, and I count this as a mitigation. You can see we traded into the candle beautifully, and now obviously we're having a nice pushback. I tend to personally believe this might be the reversal that we've been waiting for on the dollar. You can see on the weekly, we actually started breaking structure and we've printed a lower low. I'm expecting some sort of retracement up to eventually break this level down here. So once we take out the $99 or $99 here, we'll be laughing. For crypto, for assets, obviously gold has been on an absolute tear at the moment, but this is a really important chart. We can see we took out liquidity and we're now expecting some retracement, so that's good news for us. Nothing new though. The Trump in office, we do expect a bearish dollar, so this year, I guess 2025, and continuing, I'm expecting potentially to see in lower 90s for the DXY. We'll see, but this is good news. So finally we traded into the candle that we wanted to trade into and mitigate, and now we are having a very strong reversal, so that's great. Let's have a look at our usual Bitcoin, the main four: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana and XRP. So with Bitcoin, we do have currently, I'm in a long, as you can see. This is on a daily time frame. The CME gap is always there for me, just to have a visual reference. But the Bitcoin long, I'll keep it open for now, even though I'm not totally surprised. I've got if I'm gonna be tagged, I've got my stop loss at break even just in case we do reverse. You can see we hit take profit 1 already. We called it out in the channel in Discord, so everyone should be in profit, and everyone should be covering their entrance here with potentially seeing some sort of wick down to then move up. So if that happens, I'd rather be stopped out here and look for a re-entry than seeing the market reverse and obviously losing capital, which we don't want. But the market is looking good. We are making higher highs, which is great. This is on the 1 hour. On the 4 hour, you can see as well. I don't necessarily love this week. This is a liquidation week, so you can see we took out this liquidity right here, and obviously now that tells us that potentially we can see some sort of impulse bearish to go back up. So all the confirmations are there. I do currently, it's kind of like doing zigzags, so just sit tight. We're in profit, so we've taken profit already. If you are in this trade now, move your stop loss at break even and just let it ride. Like I said, if it does tag us out, then potentially we can look at re-enter 50% of this candle right here, so pretty much at the same entry, to be honest, 95.8, but we'll have a look if that happens. We'll look for lower time frame confirmation, see what happens. On the 15 minutes, this price action is also not the prettiest. You can see how ugly it is. This is on a Coinbase feed, which is very manipulated. That week obviously was what we liked, but I don't like this kind of trend line right here. So this trend line that we forming here, that's obviously liquidity, and you know by now how I look at these kind of trend lines and liquidity. They are there to be taken out. So I am expecting, yes, that trend line to go and to be broken. So sit tight for Bitcoin for now. We'll play a re-entry if we do get tagged out, and we might not. We might absolutely jigger send from here. In which case we've got not 3 like usual, but 4 take profits. 100,000, 102, 599, and 105. Let's have a look at Ethereum. So for Ethereum, that liquidation week that we had the other day, what was that? That was the other week now. Yeah, almost 2 weeks ago. Wow, 10 days ago. That's where I entered my long. So I entered my long on that liquidation week. I didn't quite catch the bottom because, I mean, you would have had to be on the chart at that time, but I did catch a re-entry. So that's my entry there for Ethereum. But I wanted to go over this chart to show you guys how we could have effectively played a re-entry on here. So obviously that line of liquidity got taken out here. That was great. We could have played out, but the best kind of confirmation comes from after what price action has done after anyway. So you can see right here we formed equal lows. So there was 3 equal lows. And then right after that, obviously we take out that liquidity. This 4-hour candle, I'll put it on the 4 hour so you can see a little bit better. This 4-hour candle absolutely was beautiful to re-enter. Reason is, you can see we basically just take out, and that was a candle that opened up here, closed here, but didn't really make a lower low. So the close of this candle wasn't lower than the structure. So the structure was starting to be already a little bit bullish, but that wick took out that liquidity. When that happens, obviously we can expect some sort of explosion in the opposite direction, which we got. So that this kind of price action after tells me we are going to revisit the body of this candle, right? Because this was obviously a manipulation candle, and we did perfectly on the 4 hour. You can see I put it there. So that was our re-entry right here. So this was a candle of interest. We could have re-entered on a long right there when we did revisit. So look out for these kind of setups when you're looking at re-entry or even first entry, rather than trying to be perfectly honest. This was you know, I took this entry here because I had a bet that, you know, we would reverse, and we did, but this would have been a better entry. Wait for the confirmation. So best practice always to look for structure to give us the confirmation, and then enter on the retest. Okay, so I just wanted to go through this setup just to give you some best practices to follow, but also to show you what we can look at when we're taking trades, both myself and Sexy. Solana, I am in I've got 3, you can see 3 longs here. That's just because I've got one on one Jupiter account, one on Bybit, and this one on the shorter time frame. I just took it on Sexy. Sexy's call, which I think we're gonna get stopped out. That's okay. Either, and that's it. So yeah, I think this one will go. But on Solana, we can see on the daily as well. So we do have this kind of liquidity again that we've been forming. Let me just clear up a little bit here. That's something like that. It's a bit messy for you guys. We'll get rid of that one. That's better. This. So I do expect this area of 155 to potentially be taken out eventually. There's so much liquidity here. You can see this order block. There's a low. There's a lot of liquidity. So this could be the final push, I think, for Solana potentially to break out this liquidity trend line and then do some sort of move like that. So keep an eye out. I don't love where we are currently on Sol, to be honest. Yeah, let's have a little look on the weekly. I mean, we did have a close here. As long as we don't start closing below on the weekly 188, we are still in a bullish price action on the macro, meaning on higher time frame. But let's keep an eye out. The weekly candle closes in 2 days currently, so we'll have a look. As we get closer. But yeah, for now, Sol sit tight again, moving sideways. So not hugely attractive price action there. Anything here, I think, unless you are in a trade already, sit tight. This is scalping price action, so lower time frame you can play, but unless you're in a swing already. Talking of swings though, we did catch an amazing XRP buy, you can see. So that was called out on GTG, and we smashed TP3. So take profit 1, take profit 2, and take profit 3. So this was a 1 to 5 that we caught. If you had it open, you would have had even more. I personally closed it, but you can see this was eventually 1 to almost 7. So get good, guys, get good. This was an awesome trade. And again, why did we take this trade? I want to run through so that you can see live how I personally see trades, but I know that other traders like Greeny and also Sexy probably look at similar things. So we look at liquidity. Obviously this was the price action that formed liquidity right here. You can see I've got money right there, and this candle was the last down. It took out this liquidity before the explosive move up. Similar setup to what I just showed you on Bitcoin. So obviously highlighting this candle, and I'm expecting price action to trade into the body, and it did. You can see right here. So it tagged us and then just ran away. So once you start seeing this manipulation candle, they're really quite easy to spot. The only thing you gotta do is wait. Really, don't rush. Like obviously, if you had taken it here, that would have been a bad entry, right? Like if you FOMO in, but if you manage to wait for price action to come back to your point, you can see then we just have to wait and let market come to you. That's the best way. This one actually gave us another re-entry right here for anyone that missed out. So and you can see how precise we were on this trade. So great trade. Very happy that we caught this. I mean that's an awesome 1 to 6 if you took the whole thing. Let's have a look at some requests you guys asked for. So AVAX. AVAX I again called out. We called this out. I called this out the other day. Was it 4 days ago? As a long, both as a spot or as a leverage. So I personally played it in spot just because I am traveling, so I don't have the capacity to follow too many open trades at once, and I don't like having trades just doing their own things without at least being able to manage them or see what they're doing. But at a macro level, you can see the reason why we took it is quite clear. So obviously this was the candle again of interest before the big explosive move up. So we are like that. We had price action trading into that candle, obviously with that big liquidation week, which was across all tickers the other week. But we didn't. What's important to see is that we didn't make a lower low. In fact, we made a higher low. So structure is bullish. So that tells me we are looking at potentially re-entry there. And again, what did we do? We just waited. I took that personally on a lower level, on a higher time frame, where you can see that on lower time frame the confirmations are there. So obviously this was low, here was another lower low, and then we started making higher highs. Now we're kind of chilling here. We are creating liquidity on the upside, which is a good sign, because obviously market does like to take it out, but we'll just wait. So if you are taking this on leverage rather than spot, simply wait for TP1 to be hit, and then make sure that you do move your stop loss at break even, so you cover your entry and you've taken some money out, so you've de-risked. Okay, so but if you're on spot, just chill. AVAX at anything sub 25, it's gonna do at least a 2x, I reckon, in this coming months / weeks. So but good level. The reason why we took it, again, I said weekly, but you can see this was a line of liquidity, which as soon as I saw it was taken out, it's as simple as, for me anyway, to grab a Fibonacci tool and just do high to lows, and then I look for my main 2 areas, which is 50 to 618. But that's usually my first entry, and then I have another one set up on 76, which you can see here. That was the entry 2 that we've given in the Discord, right? So I did give you guys an entry 2 just in case, and that was also hit. So if you took, say for example, you're risking 1% of your account per trade, you know, if you have 2 entry, you can split it and do a 0.5% on entry 1 and a 0.5% on entry 2, and obviously that entry 2 will give you a better risk to reward if it gets hit. So all good. Let's have a look at Sui. Sui, obviously probably the best performer of this cycle so far. Absolute tear from the bottom, but we up 1,000%, 1,100%. So something absolutely silly for Sui. We see some retracement now. We have managed to take out this long-standing liquidity trend line, which is good, and just by looking at where we are, we're probably at 618 right there. You can see how precise Fibonacci's are. They're not just lines, they're levels that the market like to respect. And now it's just a matter of seeing what we're going to do with Sui. So lower time frame, we are bullish. You can see we have broken structure anyway. So higher time frame, let's take it from the beginning. So higher time frame, obviously bullish. Weekly, on the daily, this is obviously a break of structure that we just made. So the daily is actually bearish price action because we have made lower lows, and it won't be bullish until we manage to effectively break this or close above this. What is that one? So $4.11, just call it 411. So until we manage to close above 411, this won't be bullish price action for me anyway. But for now, we are in a bearish price action. So we want to see something like this for Sui, where close, retest, and then we continue up. Okay, so that's on the daily anyway. Let's have a look at on the 4 hours, which is my other time frame of interest. On the 4 hour, we have broken structure, which is good. It's a good sign. So the next important level for Sui is obviously here. So as long as we can close above $3.52, which we haven't, you can see really we're just tagging there. We have taken some liquidity out, but we haven't managed to close above, which is not good. But on the lower time frame, 4 hour, we are making higher highs, even though barely. So now let's hold this. If we can hold this level and continue up, that's great. If not, we might expect some sort of more bearish price action, potentially taking out this $3.30 area, and potentially even going to revisit these lows here, sub $3. So I'll probably chill on Sui. I wouldn't take any leverage position definitely at this stage, because it could go either way. We don't have a clear direction. We are in a bearish price action on the daily. I would wait. I mean, if you have on spot, of course, if you have an entry on Sui down here or anywhere on the lower entry, I mean, if you haven't taken profit up here, I don't know what to tell you. You definitely should have taken profit. Something up 1,100%. I hope you guys did take profit. But if not, if I personally don't have any Sui, I know the Sexy has been a huge advocate of it, and I missed out, of course, because this is a great project. But if we do come back into the $2, even $1.50, that's where I'll be entering my first position on Sui this cycle. Let's have a look at TAO. So first of all, TAO, you can see the DCA zone that we had marked up now the other week. We pretty much just tagged into it, obviously in that liquidation week. But also we pretty much tagged it and ran. So TAO it really doesn't like to be, sub 400 for too long, I've noticed. But on the weekly, it was really quite a beautiful candle just there. You can see I had this candle marked up anyway for a long time, and that liquidation week the other day just traded beautifully into it. So these candles are, like I said, once you see them, highlight them, study them, they like to be retested from the market. And now we are starting to make some potentially higher highs on the daily. So again, as long as we can do something like this, we should be seeing some more continuation on the bullish price action. However, if we do close below the $320, that's what we can expect potentially a retest of that week, maybe to then continue up higher. So similarly to SUI and a few other pairs at the moment, I'll probably wait on the leverage side of things. I mean, I'm a little bit too far away from my DCA zone here to tell you just go ahead and DCA. You know, if we do come back sub 350 for TAO, that's a good area to DCA back in. But currently, yeah, on the 4 hour, it's not looking. I mean, we did break here. We made a higher high, but you can see the indecision here really needs to make up its mind here. What are we going to do? Are we going to break below and come back and trade back here, or are we going to reject and then explode higher? So just wait on leverage and on spot for TAO. I was looking at TAO BTC earlier because I've got some BTC that obviously we swapped for TAO, and similar, we are obviously in a more bearish price action here on the daily than TAO USD. You can see we have made some lower lows and we are rejecting highs. So until we see some sort of higher highs be made and we can close above this level, yeah, it's not bullish just yet, unfortunately, but we just have to wait. We'll see some price action. And on Jupiter, I know we called out this one the other day. Took a long time to eventuate, but it did. See, we did say just watch for equal lows, and we did have this structure broken. And I said it, you know, if you remember, I said just wait for this 1 hour structure to be taken out before entering the trade, and look what happened. Obviously, zigzag structure gets taken out and we can take the long. So we are in profit now. I say just move stop loss at break even if you're into this trade, and yeah, just let it ride. Again, this is a nicer price action than few that we've seen, because obviously this is a clear breaker structure. You can see the explosion. This was the BOS right here when we closed above, and now we just have to this was probably a TP1. I didn't mark them up, but if you are in this trade and you're seeing this is now probably just TP1 would have been at $1, and TP2 actually. Let me just quickly do this. So we can have it right here. We'll do TP1. We'll do it at $1 right there, and then TP2 on these equal highs right here. What is that? $1.75 or $1.12 there. So this was the TP2. So we'll post this in the channel later on. Yep. So obviously we can get rid of the notes now because we have taken the trade. But good to see some trades in profit and that our patient has paid out. A few other ones that were requested in the Discord is ENA. This price action, obviously, this was hugely bullish price action from here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, beautiful Elliott wave right there, with lots of microwaves in between. And now where we are is a bit of a pivotal moment here. If you take a fib from the low to the high, we're sitting currently at the 786, and we are very close to this order block right here. So once we eventually trade in this order block here, I would like to see some sort of V-shaped recovery from this level. If we fail and we break below the 32 cents, then we might be in trouble for ENA. So this is a very important level right here, on the daily anyway, where we don't want to close. Let's have a look on the 4 hour quickly, see what the price action is doing. We have failed to make a higher high. We can see we've rejected and we're making a lower high. So this was obviously the level that we wanted to see. You can argue that this is a higher high. So technically on the 4 hour it could be, or on the 1 hour anyway, I'm assuming it will be a breaker structure, yeah. But as long as, but for me personally, I look at 4 hours, and I don't count this as a bullish price action just yet. It needs to take out this this is where the structure is at. You can see we slowed down. Obviously we had the bearish price action, we slowed down here for a bit, and then we had another impulse down. So this is the structure that needs to be taken out for me to count as a break of structure. And if we don't do this, then no, we're not in a bullish price action personally. So watch out for this could potentially actually be a scalp short from this level, something like this. I wouldn't be against it. Very tight stop loss, and targeting those lows. That's a 1 to 2.5. So leave it there. Potentially, this could be a nice little scalp on INA. 1.25 risk to reward. So yeah, let's leave it there, and then we'll just dissect it later. Let's have a look on PYTH or PYTH. I've been DCAing PYTH or PYTH in spot for a little while now, and this is a great project. I think it's going to do really well. You can see my take profits are up there. Again, not much unfortunately giving us, but we do have some sort of bullish, obviously, momentum and price action developing there, which lets us hope that potentially we will see some break of structure. Once we see these highs taken out and some solid closes above, then we can have that confirmation. But for now, we just have to sit tight and wait. But this is a great level, I think personally, to stack PYTH or PYTH on spot at the lows at 22 cents. I'm expecting PYTH to go over $1. So this could easily give us a 5x in the next weeks. Let's have a look at NEAR. NEAR had a really cool weekly candle that I was expecting reversal from, but we broke down. So you can see this was the candle that I was hoping to see this kind of price action developing, but it didn't. It broke down. So we are now in a break of structure for NEAR, unfortunately, which lets us gives us room to fall potentially a little bit lower. We did tag the 76 perfectly on that week the other day, but now we'll have to see what's going to happen. So I want to see some strength developing again for NEAR. This kind of price action is looking good, potentially some sort of bullish momentum building. We want to see this kind of price action, so higher highs continuously being made, otherwise we might be in trouble. But looks like NEAR is ready to reverse. On the 4 hour, you can see again this was the indecision, and then eventually higher highs. So give me some higher lows and some higher lows and some higher highs on NEAR, and yeah, we're good. I probably would be a little bit reluctant to take it as leverage just yet. You could argue that we could see on the 4 hour, if you take it from the low to the highs here, this could potentially be a setup somewhere around. I do like that 4 hour push down here, but I wouldn't. Yeah, it's a bit risky. I want to see some confirmation first. So let price develop, and then we'll have a look. We'll have a look later. Let's have a look at DEEPBOOK. I don't know much about this one. I was having a little look, and you guys requested it. So 460 million in market cap. So it's a mid cap. We do have a max supplies, and we do have a circulating supply a little bit far away from the total and the max. So we do have not the worst tokenomics. So it's not bad tokenomics. I do like the level where it's at. Obviously, you can see we had some really nice price action developing. Excuse me, but we do have this big liquidity line forming right here, which I'm expecting to be taken out at some stage. So I'll probably look at some sort of entry around the highlighter here. Let's have a look. This could be an entry potential here, but I think this will not stick personally. I will be looking at something like here on the 76. You can put a stop loss just below that low here and target this highs. This will be a nice 1 to 5. So yeah, wait for DEEPBOOK protocol on leverage. If you are in spot, sure, hold. You could take some profit here, especially if you have an entry down below. But what I do see some liquidity lines so obvious like this one, I would say wait. They will be likely taken out. And look, we might see some reversal and some price action developing, and this line might be taken out later and we can tap the 618. That's also a possibility. But I don't like playing off these levels here where everyone will be longing from here. You know, the liquidity line, that's what YouTube tells you to trade as. So just wait for this, you know, and it will make sense for DEEPBOOK to take out these lows. We are so close already, so I'm assuming there's a lot of liquidity below here. So yeah, trade somewhere in this vicinity, potentially even trade back into this 4-hour candle that I can see corner of my eye right here. You know, right, this 4-hour candle here will be a nice entry. So 12 cents, can highlight it right there. So from there, 11 cents. That could be a nice. Let's be precise. It's like there. So 12 cents right there. That could be a nice entry for a long, potentially something like this. For DEEPBOOK, a couple of more charts. We've got CETUS. Again, I don't know anything about this protocol, but I know it's a SUI because I was having a look. But this is a small market cap. So you're looking at 91 mil. So it's a small market cap coin. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing attractive in this chart. Absolutely nothing. This is just price discovery. Once we broke below these lows here, where is the bottom? Like, what prevents this coin, you know, from going 5 cents, 1 cent, 0? I don't know anything about the protocol, so it might be something doing really cool stuff. You can see that it's doing some liquidity protocol built on SUI, so obviously lots of speculation on SUI blockchain right now. I don't know much about it, unfortunately to tell you. But this price action is ugly. There's nothing there. On the 4-hour, you could argue it's even rejecting 4 hours, not making higher highs. So yeah, don't like this price action one bit. On CETUS, I'll probably stay away from it personally at the moment until we see some sort of bullish strength built up and we take out this high, and then we can re-enter on a retest. Yeah, nothing there for me attractive. And last but not least is ARC block. Again, this is another low cap, I believe. Let's have a look. ARC block. Yes, 90 million market cap, so it's a low cap. We are looking again at some pretty ugly price action. You can see massive explosion up in this cycle so far, but where are we at is no man's land, like I like to call it. Like, there's a lot of imbalances right here still on the A6 level on the weekly for ARC block. There is no, you can see this obviously liquidity wick in this kind of grabbed. So this price action, when I look at it, is still bearish for me. This, you can see too much imbalance right here. So I'm expecting ARC block potentially to tap the A6 level at 62 cents, maybe even as low as 45 cents. So I'd like to see something like this forming and then reversing. But yeah, there's nothing attractive just yet for ARC block. All these weeks on the upside, unfortunately. This is all manipulation, of course, in a lower market cap coin. But when you see these wicks on one direction, you can see price action usually goes in the opposite. So just wait on ARC block. Obviously, we have taken out this liquidity here. But yeah, until we go back and fill up some of these imbalances right here, I would stay away from it. That's in short. But we did have a look. So look, Bitcoin, of course, now needs to kind of make up its mind. You can see we've been into this sideways price action for quite some time. We have taken, the good news is that we have taken out lots of liquidity on the downside. And now we just need to see some strong reversal. Once we start seeing closing above 106 again, daily closes above that 106 level, then we know it's time. But probably one that I'd like to have a look always is the Bitcoin dominance. We didn't look at that, but let's have a quick look at that one and see where we at. I did like a lot this week on Bitcoin dominance, because that was the monthly candle that we talked about for so long. So this was the monthly candle that we can see. This is a classic buy to sell move. I've broken it down into Discord, and we finally traded into that candle. So we finally traded into it. So I call that a mitigation. We could go and revisit that candle because it was just a wick, but I personally don't think we will. But who knows? Bitcoin can prove us all wrong whenever he wants. We're seeing obviously some bearish price action developing now for the dominance, but let's have a look if it sticks. Currently, we want to see closing below that 59%, 58%. So until we start doing this kind of closing, we are not out of the woods yet, meaning that obviously when Bitcoin dominance goes up, altcoins price action goes down. So in order for alts to go up, we need to see Bitcoin dominance drop, and once we start making some lower lows, so something like this, obviously close below here, retrace, then we close below here, retrace, and finally close below here. Once we start seeing that kind of price action, unfortunately we won't have that alts rally that we want just yet. Bitcoin dominance needs to drop. We'll wait, but hopefully this candle that's printing now, obviously it's a new candle, gives us some nice bearish price action, and finally lets us close below that 58%. Let's have a look what happens the next few days. Obviously weekend price action. Personally, I expect some bearish price action on weekend. Excuse me. Having a nice big yawn here in the morning, and just as my laptop is about to die, I'm going to stop recording and see you guys soon for another session. Bye.